Hey folks, just a reminder to check out my other channel, How to Rock Spirit, where I talk about everything under the sun, from astrology to mysticism to psychedelic yoga to practical materialism and philosophy too. Hope to see you there. Namaste. Hey howdy hey folks, my name's Dustin Cormier and welcome to How to Rock a Campfire. I had to do this song, it's just like such a joke song. It's Bear Necessities by the Jungle Book. I love the Jungle Book, man. Like the old cartoon, the Disney cartoon. Like I used to watch it like religiously as a kid. Stoked on the new movie. And Bill Murray's gonna be Baloo. I'm stoked on that. So this is like a cool tune that you can play at a campfire, and like not everyone's gonna know it usually, but everyone's gonna at least recognize it. Go, wow, I can't believe you're playing this song, right? Just a funny tune to play. So I guess I'm just gonna get right into it. How I would do this tune is basically I like to add this I really like to add the bass notes in this song because it really kind of keeps the whole thing going on. There's a lot of chord changes in this song. It sounds a lot simpler than it is. Anyway, I'll just go into it. Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities of Mother Nature's recipes that brings the bare necessities of life. So that's like our main whole thing right there, right? It's in the key of C, and what I'm doing is I'm trying to bring like the 1/5 of a basic country thing. That's what I'm doing here. Look for the bare necessities. So for that first C chord, I'm doing my C chord, and I'm using my third finger to go from the 3rd fret of the A string down to the 3rd fret of the G string. C, chuck a G, chuck a C, chuck a G, chuck a 3rd on the A to the 3rd on the E. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your A7 to the D7. Basically, when I go to these other chords, anything but the C. The C is really where you want to emphasize that. I mean, when there's changing a lot of chords, there's enough going on that you don't really need to hear that as much, even though you can, you don't even do the 1/5 because you change the chords so quick. But when you're just in the C, you want there to be a little bit more jazz flow going on, right? Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities to the C7th. Oh, Mother Nature's, and then I like to go to the F minor. It's hard to listen when you hear the song. Like they're doing it on the ukulele, and it's a very high, different sort of sound. Sometimes you can't tell exactly the chord, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure I got this. It's Old Mother Nature's recipes. I'm going to the F minor there for that part. I mean the bare necessities, Old Mother Nature's recipes that brings. There's an A7th in this part, I'm pretty sure. Sometimes I don't do it because it sounds like a little bit too pushed. You'll hear what I mean. There's a different part right at the end where I usually take out the A7th. I do it here though, for the chorus. This is the chorus, right? That brings the bare necessities of life. So those are those chords. That's C to the A7th, D7, G7th to the C, and then when I go to that, C, 5th, C, and then I stop on the C chord, and that's when we go to the 5th of the C chord, which is the G chord. Wherever I wander, wherever I roam, I couldn't be fonder of my big home. just for me, A7th. Now this is a set of chords right here that I looked up, and when I look a lot of these songs up on Google, you know, instead of just like completely listening to the song. And I looked this up, and it said it was an A minor, or an A minor 7th, and then I listened to the song, and I'm like, there's no way. What it is that you go from the A minor 7th to the A7th to the D7th, and then D7 G, right? And I listened to it, and I thought, like, no way, because it's so weird just going from that A minor 7th to A7th, but when you really listen to it, that is definitely what they do. The bees are buzzing in the tree to make some honey just for me. When you look under the rocks and plants and take a glance at the fancy ants, then maybe try a few. That is literally what they're doing, right? So you're going from that to make some honey just for me to the A7th, and then A minor 7th, then A major, then A7th, then D7th, and I like these stops, right? Because the stops make it like syncopated, and you're like, whoa. Tension and release is what music is all about, folks. You know, you cause tension by stopping, and then you release that tension by going back into the regular groove, right? When you look under the rocks and plants, then take a glance at the fancy ants. And actually, what they actually do, sometimes I don't do it because I don't know, I skip it. But there's after that A7th, you actually go to the D minors, the D minor, and then the quick D7th and G7th. When you look under the rocks and plants and take a glance, that's D7, D minor, and then you go at the fancy ants, right? From that D minor and take a glance, and you kind of let it ring, and then quick D7th, and then to the G. And then so that's when we go into the C again. We go and maybe try a few. And then I usually just basically stay on that A7th for a little bit. Then maybe try a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So yeah, I only stay in that A7th for basically like maybe try a 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3. So the 3, and then on the third one is when I start singing again. The third bar, right? Then maybe try a 1, 2, 3. The necessities of life will come to you. They'll come to you. So this is the part where I'm talking about where I like to negate the bare necessities of life will come to you, and then you go, technically in the song they go C, A7th, D, they'll come to you. I take out the A7th in that part just because it sounds like there's too many chords sandwiched into one part. It sounds too blocky. It sounds a bit smoother when you just cut out that A7th. The bare necessities of life will come to you. They'll come to you. And then I guess that is when they go to the chorus there. There might be a solo. They might do a solo type thing there. But that is when they go to the chorus. Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities, old Mother Nature's recipes that brings the bare necessities of life. And then, so this is when we go to the second verse. Now when you pick a pawpaw or a prickly pear, and you prick a wrong paw, next time beware. Don't pick the prickly pear with the paw. When you pick a pear, try to use the claw. But A minor 7th to the A7th, then D minor, then D to the G. Have I given you a clue? The bare necessity. Oh yeah, you don't run up to that. Yeah. The bare necessities of life will come to you. They'll come to you. F, C, boom, boom, boom. Oh yeah, so after this one, this is when they go, this is when they slide down into the river, right? The bare necessities of life will come to you. They'll come to you. Now just try and relax. Yeah, cool it. Fall apart in my backyard. Cause let me tell you something, little britches. If you act like that B-ax, you're working too hard. But don't spend your time looking around. It's hard to get, because the phrasing is so weird. I think that I was going too fast there. But anyway, you guys can see what I'm getting at, is basically, so just try and relax. Yeah, cool it. Fall apart in my backyard. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. It's hard to get. I'm sure I'll get it when I actually go through it. Because let me tell you something, little britches. If you act like that B-ax, well, you're working too hard. And don't spend your time looking around for something you want that can't be found. When you look under the rocks and plants and take a glance at the fancy ants, then maybe try a few. So that's what I was trying to get at here, is that you go through the whole slow thing. Don't spend your time looking around for something you want that can't be found. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3. The bare necessities of life will come to you. They'll come to you. They'll come to me. They'll come to you. That's how I would end it anyway, right? So, yeah, please don't. Okay, sweet. I'm always checking to see if I'm still recording. Yeah, so that's the bare necessities, folks. I've shown you the whole thing. Now I'm actually going to show you me playing a cover of the song so you can actually see what it is that this whole jumbled mess is supposed to sound like. So this is the bare necessities, folks. You don't need too much in life. All you really need is just like a good groove, good people, good friends, and the bare necessities. The simple bare necessities. I love it, man. The song is awesome. It's great. Okay, so anyway, this is Bear Necessities by Baloo in the Jungle Book. And yeah, hope I do it justice for you guys. Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities, old Mother Nature's recipes, that brings the bare necessities of life. Wherever I wander, wherever I roam, I couldn't be fonder of my big home. The bees are buzzing in the tree to make some honey just for me. When you look under the rocks and plants, then take a glance at the fancy ants, then maybe try a few. The bare necessities of life will come to you. They'll come to you. Now when you... shit, that's wrong. Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities, old Mother Nature's recipes, that brings the bare necessities of life. Now when you pick a pawpaw or a prickly pear, and you prick a wrong paw, well, next time beware. Don't pick the prickly pear by the paw. When you pick a pear, try to use the claw. But you don't need to use the claw when you pick a pear with the big paw. Have I given you a clue? The bare necessities of life will come to you. They'll come to me. let me tell you something, little britches. You act like that bee acts. Oh well, you're working too hard. And don't spend your time looking around for something you want that can't be found. When you find out you can live without it and go along not thinking about it, I'll tell you something true. The bare necessities, the bare necessities of life will come to you. They'll come to you. They'll come to you. They'll come to me. They'll come to you. Yeah, right on. Blue the Bear, folks. Awesome. So yeah, thanks a lot, folks. That was the Bear Necessities by the Jungle Book, or Blue the Bear in the Jungle Book. Classic Disney tune, I guess. But anyway, I'm glad I wanted to get it out there for you guys to show this hilarious song. You gotta have some joke songs in your repertoire, you know what I mean? Especially if, like, I like thinking of, like, my book is like the iPod. And, you know, when someone wants to hear a tune, it's like, oh man, check out the iPod, you know, see if you know any tunes in there. And, yeah, some people will be looking through and they go, oh, there's no way you know the Bare Necessities. Well, look for the Bare Necessities, right? Anyway, I have a jukebox like that. Just feed me beer. And, anyway, so, yeah. That was the Bare Necessities by the Jungle Book. Hope you guys enjoy this goofy tune. And, thanks for watching my show, folks. I'll see you guys next week.